Want to play your Xbox One using your PC or even your Mac? Whether you aren't sure how or you're just having problems, this video will get most of you up and running in no time. So let's start from the beginning and outline exactly what you're going to need. An Xbox One console, of course, either an Xbox One wired USB controller or a wireless Xbox One controller and a micro USB cable. A PC or Mac computer/notebook with Windows 10 installed, and a router. Something to make you aware of is that for the best experience, ideally you'll want your Xbox One and Windows 10 computer connected to your router via a wired Ethernet connection. While it's more than possible to get the whole thing working over Wi-Fi, the stream quality just won't be quite as good and may even suffer from buffering issues. At the very least, connect your Xbox One via a wired connection if you can't connect your computer as well. First off, let's make sure your Xbox One is completely up to date, and if you don't know how to do that, when you turn on your Xbox One, go left once and then navigate to Settings. Then All Settings. Then System. Now Console Info and Updates. And finally, you'll be able to see what operating system version your Xbox One console is on, and if it's not the latest one, you'll be given an option to update. You'll also need to make sure that your Xbox One is set up to allow streaming from other devices and applications. To do that, go into Settings once again and then All Settings. Now go to Preferences, then to Game DVR and Streaming, and make sure that Allow Game Streaming to Other Devices is checked. Back in Preferences, it wouldn't do any harm to go into the Xbox app connections and make sure either allow the Xbox app to connect from any device or only from profiles assigned to this Xbox are checked. And that should be it for your Xbox One configuration. Next up, you'll need to make sure that everything is up to date in Windows 10. You can do that in Windows Update, and hopefully you've already got automatic updates enabled, but if you don't, click Start, then Settings. Now Update and Security. Under Windows Update, if you click Advanced Options and then select Automatic under Choose How Updates are installed, and Windows 10 will make sure that you're up to date. While you're at it, it wouldn't be a bad idea to check Give Me Updates for other Microsoft products when I update Windows. If you're in Europe or Korea and using Windows 10N or Windows 10KN versions, you'll also need to download and install the Media Features Pack, and I'll give you the link to that in the description of this video. Once again in Windows, you'll also need to make sure that the Xbox app is up to date as well. To do this, go to the Microsoft Store and sign in if you haven't done so already by clicking the little avatar in the top right next to the search bar. Once signed in, click the updates icon next to your avatar, or click your avatar and then downloads and updates. On the next screen, you should click the check for updates button and all of your apps will be updated, including the Xbox app if it needs it. So to summarise, your Xbox One is up to date, Windows 10 is up to date and has the Media Features Pack if you need it, and your Xbox app is also up to date. Make sure your Xbox One is switched on and that you've signed into Xbox Live with the gamer tag you want to play with. Now, boot up your Windows 10 computer and launch the Xbox app. You may be prompted to sign in with your Xbox gamer tag, so do that now. When you're taken into the Xbox app, on the left hand side of the window, click the little Xbox console icon. Then you should be given a list of consoles to connect to. Make sure that your Xbox One is on the list. If it's not on the list, make sure that your console is on the same network as your Windows 10 PC, and that includes being on the same wireless connection if your router has 2G and 5G settings, as they may need to both be on the same one. Also check that you are logged into the same gamer tag on both Xbox One and the Windows 10 Xbox app. Another thing to try is on your Xbox One console, go to Settings, All Settings, Disc and Blu-ray, Persistent Storage, and then Clear Persistent Storage. Also, go to Settings, Network Settings, Advanced Settings, Alternate MAC, and Clear Alternate MAC. Alternatively, it is worth trying the beta version of the Xbox app in Windows 10. If you browse the Microsoft Store and search for Xbox and then install the Xbox Beta app, some people have reported this to work for them. If that doesn't work, try assigning your Xbox One a static IP address through your router settings. For more information on setting a static IP address, please consult your broadband provider. Meanwhile, if your Xbox One console is on the list, click the connect button and you should be able to connect. Now you'll need to plug in your Xbox One controller to your Windows 10 computer, either directly if it's a wired pad or via a micro USB cable if it's a wireless controller. You can even use an Xbox 360 controller if you have one. Finally, click the stream button in the Windows 10 Xbox app and your stream connection to your Xbox One console should load up. Now you can begin playing your games away from the television. Hopefully you found this video very useful, and if you did, please tell me in the comments, or if you're having problems, why not tell me in the comments and I'll see what I can do to help. But I'm not really a Microsoft expert, I can only do so much, but hopefully this video has sort of covered most of the things you may need to know. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you like this video to find out all the other gaming videos that I do, and I shall see you around. Thank you very much.